Hello, this is Drag Attack, and this is Plus Profile number 38. A Plus Profile is where I take fans of the upcoming MMORPG Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, and I tell you a little bit more about them. Today we have Shody, and I loved his profile because he kept in touch with his friends over the years by playing MMORPGs. I did the same thing. That's how my college friends and I stayed connected. So I really hope you enjoy this profile. Onward and upward.
My character's name is Shody. Not spelled correctly, so it makes sense. It's S-H-O-D-Y. That's usually what I've gone with forever, for a long time now. A long time ago, I had another character named Warfog, but that'll probably be an alt. My character will be more than likely a Dark Mirror Enchanter. I gotta see what the Bard and Necro will look like, but I really want to do something that's crowd control or group buff, group debuff type thing. And I like how the Dark Mirror look, and I'm hoping to get some more passives, and I hope their actives are really cool. But yeah, I like not having to worry about underwater breathing. Played EQ original, played original EQ a long time ago, and then so I was in EQ Next and was playing the game with EQ Next and heard about it back in 2014 or so that some of the original EQ developers were making a game and that it was Brad. So I started learning about it a little bit back then. No, I don't have one yet. No, buddies we always play games together. We always have guilds and make stuff, but don't know how many of them are going to come over to this or not. I imagine they all will, but if at the same time I'm kind of looking around, having fun, trying to meet people. So I know Pantheon Plus is recruitment, but right now I'm just kind of open. I kind of got to say that it was WoW Burning Crusade. I played a ton, but the one I have the most fond memories of is probably Burning Crusade, because it was in a time period for me where I was, no responsibilities, no nothing. You could play whenever you wanted. It was a couple years out of college, so I had a little more financial ability to get a nicer computer. And all of my friends from college, that's how we kept in touch. And we would play games together, raids together. We had a blast doing that. And for me, it was when you really started doing some of these 10-mans together with a small group. It was a lot of fun. And I know favorite raid isn't on here, but Karazhan was the ambience of Karazhan, the music, the way it kind of took you through. I loved that instance. That raid. It's still one of my favorite raids. Whenever we talk about what's your favorite raid, what would you want to go back and play? Karazhan. So TBC for that. It revolves around a friend of ours we played with forever. He was not the most situationally aware member of our group or raid. In Burning Crusade, there's a boss called Alar in Tempest Keep, and there's a part where you need a couple tanks up on these platforms, and at one point the tanks just have to jump down. Alar does this thing called a Flame Quill, and it's basically instant death if anyone's up there, and he never understood that. We cleared this dungeon probably for months on months, and he still never understood that mechanic and never jumped down and just died. So we planned for it every single time and just knew we were going to lose him off the bat, and we had to do it with 2 tanks and rotate a lock-in, or maybe someone else come in and have fun. But it was, at one point, it just became a running joke. Even years later, we still call him the Flame Quill Legend. It's just a lot of fun. It's funny how those things stick with you. We had another story with this same guy where he fell off an elevator, died, got rezzed, and did a Looney Tunes thing, and came to life right back in the air and fell and died again, and didn't know what happened the whole time. Just had no clue what was happening. So those are the moments I enjoy, the fun moments, the goofy stuff. And then there's a couple other things too. I know Destiny 2 was a lot of fun with Vault of Glass and seeing first person. That was a really cool place to be. Difficult would definitely, I think, would be pre-nerf high-ass Romancer Solarian in Tempest Keep. She was unbeatable. And then after the nerf, really found it getting through and getting her. She was tough because she could one-shot people if they weren't paying attention. And and we had, for whatever reason it was, just bad luck that whoever was coming down from the ceiling after she shoots someone up, there's packs that come out, and we just had bad luck that they would get soloed out or killed, and we just had a rough time on her more than most any. The next would be, I can never say the name correctly, Maru. I think, which is at the end of Burning Crusade and Sunwell. That was the next toughest that I've ever gone up against. We never beat it. Definitely PvE. I like puzzles. I like working with people. I like group challenges, and I'd rather work with the people than against them. And I have trouble with MMOs where it's you can have two groups contesting for the same, two PvP groups contesting for the same mob or the same area. It's just it feels too, I don't know, feels too tough for me, too mean. Sometimes you see really mean-spirited things happen. With PvE, I've only ever seen pretty much group synergy and like people lifting each other up and inspiring the other person, trying to help them when they're struggling. I like that camaraderie more that PvE brings out than PvP. I usually have alts. I usually play alts. I usually have one character that's by far further along, more geared. That's my main that I take to raids and stuff. But I usually will have a couple alts, mainly because I want to know the classes. And I love learning the intricacies of the classes, and then I can better understand what my group mates are going to do with those classes and better prepare for them. I've usually played healers or tanks, and most of the time, and knowing what the other classes are going to be experiencing has always helped me. I just enjoy that part of it. I'm not really a crafter. I usually end up being a harvester by happenstance. Usually just coming across something like, oh, I'll do that. I've never been a big crafter. If I have, it was because I needed something specifically, and I usually begrudgingly did it. Like I needed some sort of belt or something like that, and I needed it. And I was usually like, I did this. I was in WoW Classic. I went back and became one of the guild axesmith and enjoyed it. But man, I got done leveling that armor smithing to axe smithing. I was like, I'm never doing this again. Oh, water. I'm older now, so water. Occasionally, our group of friends, when we start a raid, our tradition is to crack a beer into the mic, and I'll have us kind of do it, and you hear it going around the clock, just jokingly, but just water. Mechanical keyboard. I hit a lot of buttons at once usually, and if I'm hitting 5 buttons and can't jump and die, I need to switch to mechanical. Nah, I don't have any. I'm just a normal guy. I don't have too much. I don't even have Facebook anymore, so. Really looking forward to the game. Community seems great so far. I'm really kind of appreciating how everyone's supporting each other, having fun. For me, just a Bears fan, person from, I think I have the thing in the background, Bears fan from Chicago, grew up racing go-karts and stuff like that. So I grew up with a couple people that made it far, like Danica Patrick and Sam Horns Jr., a bunch of people. So it was a lot of fun. So actually month, day, year, I'll say June 2024, maybe. When it's ready, it's ready. I'm good with that. I'm okay with the wait, but I'm not surprised if it's a couple more years out.